speech about how I need subs and to keep the stream going if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs. There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching? Because it's like people just really they really don't respect me.
Brothers, last night on stream, I went on probably a 30-minute rant against the quartering because we have fundamentally different views on the audience and donations and what the purpose of all that is. You see, I come on stream and I expect $0 in donations. I ask for $0 in donations because a donation is something that an audience member gives out of benevolence, out of generosity. They see content that they like and they say, I feel compelled to part with this hard-earned money and to give it to this content creator. The quartering sees it differently. He sees that he's entitled to that money, that you're really just his piggy bank. And if you want evidence of that, I'm going to go over the same clip I went over last night with Kino Casino and watch the way that the quartering talks to this member of the audience. And this is indefensible. This is inexcusable. This is absolutely disgusting. And it is the type of behavior that I hate most in content creators. And it is exemplified in that infamous clip of $5. So you have somebody in the quartering chat that is giving him valuable feedback, taking the time to share with the quartering something that is objectively true, that his content is no longer worth it. He is spamming ads at such a gratuitous rate that people are like, yeah, I'm not watching this anymore. And the quartering's response to this person is fucking evil. It is absolutely diabolical. And the quartering should be forever mocked and humiliated as his channel continues to decline. This guy has an ego on him the size of Mount Fuji, which, ironically, is where Kamikoto knives are made. Guys, you want to buy Kamikoto knives made from the finest grade? Like, this guy will shill any garbage tier Chinesium product to just pawn it off on his audience if it'll make him a little bit of cash. What a disgusting human being. What an absolutely disgusting and indefensible person that is what they're willing to do to their audience. They're willing to pawn off content that they would never purchase that themselves, but they're willing to sell it to their audience to enrich themselves. How fucking evil. And that is where the quartering and I disagree. We're not that far apart politically. We're very far apart religiously because the quartering uses Christianity as this thing of, guys, Charlie Kirk died. Man, I'm really going to go to church this time. How many times has the quartering tried to use going to church to sell more of his bullshit wares? Guys, no, really, this is the time. I'm going to go to church. Quartering, the only church that you're going to is Church's Chicken. Shut the fuck up and stop using my religion as some way for you to try to grift. It's fucking pathetic. It's disgraceful. But fundamentally, we just have very, very different views, not so much on politics, but on the role of the audience. I think the role of the audience should be there to enjoy your content for free. And if they choose to donate, that is benevolence. That is a gift from them. They've decided that your content is worth supporting, but the quartering treats it differently. He treats his audience like they're a fucking piggy bank. That they're just there to get him out of any jam that he finds himself in, or the woke SJWs are going to win. Get the fuck out of here. Nothing infuriates me more than this clip we're about to watch. And the moment that I press play, it will become abundantly clear why I'm so infuriated by this. It will become abundantly clear because my philosophy, the way that I treat my audience, the way that I view my audience is absolutely 180 degrees diametrically opposed from this. So, without further ado, let's give this a watch, and shout out to the Kino Casino guys for broadcasting this.
Was just him shilling his coffee, him shilling the Trump cookbook, him doing advertiser sponsor. Seriously, it was something like 2 hours of the show was ads and shills, and an hour was him reading the news. It had got to the point where it was like 66% shilling and 33% content. And people had finally started to have enough and say so. And quartering just explodes here on his audience. And this is why he's on such a rapid decline.
All right, here we go.
Jeremy, your show is not worth all of your BS promotions I have to listen to. I'm done.
Wow.
Now, why even read that out? You know, it's because he's such a little sensitive Sally that if anybody ever pushes back on his shameless grifting, he just fucking explodes.
Okay, 757 driver. First of all, I'm gonna ban you from chat.
Why? That wasn't even like a rude comment.
You know, it was just like, listen, man, as a viewer, I don't want to have to listen to all of these ads anymore, so I'm out. And that's fair, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like he's saying, Jeremy, you're a horrible person, you dogs, you're a kid diddler, you shit your pants, or anything like that, you know? You just like, look, it's just not worth it. The juice.
So a member of the audience comes in and says, Jeremy, your content is too grifty. It's too gratuitous with your just spamming these bullshit sales gimmicks. It's no longer worth it anymore, which is valuable information. Any smart businessman would say, okay, all right, if the balance of ads to actual content is not, it's not appealing to my audience, well, then maybe I should adjust that. Maybe I should refine the ads to make them more compact, to get more bang out of that time, and then put more energy into the actual show. That is valuable feedback. What did the quartering do? Treated this guy like he's some kind of malevolent entity, like he's some asshole. And go, well, I'm going to ban you. But we haven't even reached the peak of this. The quartering is about to go on a full-blown tilted rant. And he's about to say some pretty disgusting things to a member of his audience. I don't give a shit if, the quartering was tired or he was drunk or there's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this at all. No justification for this.
This isn't worth the squeeze anymore. It's 66% ads, 33% content, 100% boredom. Okay. So I'm out. Well, Quarter Pounder is like, has to announce the banning, which is always about just quietly ban them. You know, don't just start fucking seething. It's always a bad look to just openly seethe on the live stream as you ban.
By the way, it's not even like it's an unreasonable statement he made. He goes, bro, it's coffee ads for hours and hours. I do not want this anymore.
You can suck my fucking ass, dude.
Wow. Oh, but then...
Where did I hear that before? Maybe that was Pirate Software. Eat my whole ass. Yeah, when Pirate Software was proven wrong, he had a very similar reaction too. So it's these arrogant streamers that can't take any criticism.
He ended up being right, though. He ended up being right.
You can suck my fucking ass. It's full on film acting.
Slosher.
I'll mail you a spoon to eat it out of my ass.
Is Slosher leaking ass?
Dude, I have been live streaming on a fucking Sunday for 3 fucking hours.
Violin music. Where's the violin?
Heaven forbid, good sir, the world's smallest violin play at the end.
Guys,
quartering the poor 400-pound fat reed on a Sunday, no less. Guys, I'm having to stream on a Sunday of all days for 3 hours. It's backbreaking labor, reading the news and shilling coffee for 3 whole hours. Won't someone out there take pity upon this poor old streamer? I've been out here 3 hours now.
So now maybe you guys start to see my frustration, my irritation. I'm here 3 hours. Like, I mean, brother, I stream probably for 6 hours on Sunday. And you will never hear me bitching like that. that level of just contempt for the audience. Like, you should be grateful. You should be grateful that I'm streaming here. I'm giving my time for you peasants. Like, Quartering, are you fucking for real? Like, what is your malfunction, brother? You should be grateful to be able to stream to an audience that's willing to watch you. And if they give you feedback on your show, you'd be like, that is invaluable. Like, maybe one comment isn't going to do it, but you would take that and you put that in the back of your mind and be like, okay, well, obviously somebody says this. And then if you get the comment over and over again, you go, wow, there's a pattern here. I can really use that to my advantage to try to craft content that's better for the audience. That's going to make them feel more comfortable, make them feel at home, make them want to donate. That's the crazy thing. Making them want to donate, not guilting them or browbeating them into buying your garbage tier wares, but actually creating a product that they want to support. And this is the difference between the Quartering and myself. I go on stream and I expect $0 from my audience. And when I say expect, I mean, I am not demanding, asking, or going, guys, Templar brand tampons will not be able to make it as a company, will not be able to keep the lights on if you don't donate. Fundamentally, everything about the Quartering's perspective about donations and his audience, it irritates me. It is wrong. You are not entitled to a cent from your audience, and you should do content with a glad heart, with an open heart. You should be happy to be able to be there. It is a privilege to be able to do what we do. And I'm just a small channel. The Quartering is massively big because there was a time where he was the only content that YouTube would allow, but now there's competition, brother. You got to up your game. And spending money hand over fist because you're desperate to be Tim Pool is not going to do it. You hired Tim Pool's sloppy seconds. You hired Hannah Claire, which, she's the best one on the show by far. But you hired her because she was on Timcast because you want to be Timcast. You named your show Quartercast because Tim Pool is, Timcast. You didn't call it the Jeremy Hambley experience. You called it Cast because Tim Pool was popular. That's true. That's what you did. And the fact is, the fundamentally Quartering, your view of fans and the audience and donations is so gross and so absolutely egregious that I had to make this video calling this out because it irritated me that badly. You give streamers a bad name. When people say that YouTubers are grifters, you are the textbook definition. You will sell any garbage tier product to your audience if it will enrich you. Kamikoto knives, BetterHelp, established titles, coffee brand coffee, which is just white label coffee. It's no different than what Pokimane does with her cookies, which is taking a product, white labeling it, and then selling it at a premium price. You're doing the same thing with your mid-tier coffee.
Now, on a Sunday.
P.S. folks, I did not know that sad violin music would be Schindler's List.
No, it adds up.
This is Holocaust?
It is, though.
It's not even called Schindler's List. It's called sad violin music. This will make you cry.
So keynote.
That's the first thing.
It's so funny, buddy.
When you search sad violin music, it's the first song, by the way, that comes up.
And this Rolex, it could have bought 100.
You got to admit, that's pretty funny. They pull up sad violin music, and it's Schindler's List, which is fair. But I mean, like, of all the songs they could pull up, that was pretty funny.
Bags of coffee.
Instead of spending time with my wife and relaxing, I've been streaming for 3 fucking hours.
Oh my!
Like, he's trying to guilt his audience into giving him money and to being okay with being spammed with these fucking ads. How diabolical is that? Guys, I've been here for 3 hours on a Sunday. I could be spending... your wife doesn't want to spend time with you. Brother, And you probably don't want to spend time with her. Like, who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to guilt into this? This is what absolutely tilted me. Is you're trying to shame your audience as an excuse of why it's okay for you to spam your fucking garbage tier products on them.
This is too much.
Buddy, why don't you just go relax with your wife then, buddy? What's wrong with you? Taking it out on the audience like that, like a spurg? This guy's raking money in hand over fist, allegedly millions of dollars. But giving 3 hours more on a Sunday is the worst thing ever? And he's going to cry about it like a baby, really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And by the way, the guy didn't say anything about like what he's like, I hate the ads. F this ad shit. I'm working on a Sunday. I'm not even supposed to be here today. It's like, shut the fuck up.
But by the way, he doesn't even spend time with his wife anyway. He's admitted they live separate lives. She works her own job. She doesn't even watch his videos or anything. So I don't know. He wasn't going to spend time with his wife anyway. He's just trying to play the victim.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. If I'm trying to make a living. You can
make a living. I'm just a small.
If you have to make a living by going online and spamming your garbage tier products in front of your audience over and over and over and over and over, if you cannot fundamentally run a business successfully, one that basically runs itself, like a stream should cost you basically nothing to maintain. It's relatively cheap. There are costs for like the software and stuff like that. But the quartering's content is fairly pedestrian. It's very similar to what I do. You pull up an article, you read it, you react to it. That does not require funds coming in. That doesn't require you to do anything outrageous. And if you are saying, well, I've decided to make this my entire business. Well, brother, if that's really your perspective, that this is your entire business, then tell me, what business sense does it make to then treat your audience like crap when they tell you, hey, this thing that you're doing isn't working? You are such an egotistical, entitled retard. I am beside myself with this. We have a diametrically opposed view of the relationship that a content creator should have with their audience. You should be grateful that you're able to get on and stream for 3 hours on a Sunday, that you have the time to do it, that your audience is willing to watch it, that there's anyone on earth that's willing to put up with your gratuitous fucking ads. You should be grateful, but you don't do anything with a grateful heart. You do anything that you do with a bitter heart, a greedy heart. Which is why going to church wouldn't really do anything for you. Because you're broken. And you're fucking pathetic. What would church do for you? You'd only be thinking about God. God, do I really have to stay here for this full time listening to this? I'd rather be home trying to grip people out of money. Yeah, no, according, you would never do what was required to be part of the church. You just use it as a bit of optics.
Time, blue collar streamer, breaking my back out here for you guys. I'm just trying to make a living. Well, sorry. Well, excuse me, princess. I'm just trying to make a living out here. I'm just a poor, oppressed, working schmo trying to make a couple of bucks to survive. Motherfucker, you're flexing your Cybertruck, your Rolex collection, your $50,000 saltwater aquarium, your 7,500 square foot mansion, your RC track, and you're going to sit here and tell us you're just trying to make a few bucks.
Just a few shekels, like.
Go fuck yourself. Okay.
Whoa,
Listen, if
that's
the
your
guy
viewer.
if the guy threatened you or like said something about your wife, okay. But he said, "Stop, knock it off with the coffee ads." Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, all he said was that it just wasn't worth it anymore.
Let's
Now,
not.
who knows? This guy might have bought the coffee. This guy might have donated in the past. This guy, I don't know. He might be a longtime viewer. I don't know.
You.
Wow.
I don't have any
This was
time
like 3 months
for
ago.
that.
And this is right around the time his downfall hit. This whole Mother's Day grift.
You f off. I don't want you to watch my videos. I hate you.
Whoa,
You.
you hate him? Whoa.
Okay. You know how hard I work on my coffee company? I'm not like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
Stop. This is crazy, dude. Do you know how hard I work? There are people out there working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week at real jobs, sir. Do you know how hard I tell this white label company to drop ship my coffee? Jeremy, you don't have a real facility. It's all.
So, like, we're going to watch that again because I think this is critically important. And by the way, there are going to be some people who are fans of the quartering. That's fine. But I'm deeply sorry that you're in this kind of relationship with a content creator that doesn't respect or value your time and treats you this way. But I just want you to understand that this is not normal.
Whoa.
okay. You know how
Now, who knows? This guy might have bought the coffee. This guy might have donated in the past. This guy, I don't know. He might be a longtime viewer. I don't know.
you.
Wow.
I don't have any
This was
time
like 3 months
for
ago.
that. You
And this is right around the time.
coffee company. I'm not like,
Oh my God.
Whoa.
okay. You know how hard I work on my coffee company? I'm not like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
Stop. This is crazy, dude. Do you know how hard I work? There are people out there working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a
Right.
week at real jobs, sir.
Right.
Do you know how hard I tell this white label company to drop ship my coffee?
Yeah. So you can go watch the rest of the video on Kino Casino. It's the quartering, aka Jeremy Hamley, scams his members and is now radicalized by Charlie Kirk's death, which is bullshit. But yeah, that's a great video, and that clip just really solidifies and establishes the fundamental difference between somebody like myself and somebody like the quartering. I find that behavior to be egregious. I find that that type of just that inability to recognize what you've become and just this slimy, salacious entity. I mean, holy shit. You're going to talk to your audience. You don't know how hard I work. It's like, brother, you sell white labeled garbage tier woke coffee. What do you mean? You went all in on a business idea that failed, just like exclusively games failed. Anyway, that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support of my channel. If you're a refugee from the quartering, just know that you're welcome. Join my Discord. Let me know what you think. At the very least, we may not agree, but I do respect your opinion. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.